I hate them. I had a buddy that was at the World Series game. He texted me, his text said, WIWH. And I wrote back, what? He goes, wish you were here. And I said, yeah, me too, so I could smack you in the back of the head. Talk like a damn adult. They say, oh, it saves time. No, it doesn't, because it costs me double the time trying to figure out what the hell you're saying. The only other one I know is WTF. And I think we all know that one. But sadly, that's how all my texts in. I don't know what WTF you're talking about. Goodbye. And cell phones. Oh my God. You know what would be a dream for me? Is if we could all walk in mass down to the Great Salt Lake and you all could watch me just chunk that cell phone in the water. I hate these things. I hate them. And I'm going to show remember the old days? Oh, they were so much fun. Remember answering machines? You come in, the light wasn't flashing. You didn't have friends, you didn't care. Or remember you'd call somebody, they didn't answer, you go, I'll call them back later on today. Nowadays, we got to know where everybody is 24 hours a day. It drives me nuts. I got a buddy, maybe you got a friend like this. I could be sitting on the toilet, and I'll hear his ringtone go off, and I go, oh, I'll call him back later. As soon as the phone stops ringing, my phone goes, ding! And it's him texting me saying, don't you hear me calling you? You got a friend like that? Okay, do what I did next time. Send him a picture of you sitting on the crapper. And type, still want to chat, WTF. Oh my God, I hate these things. But they've got us, gang. We're all hooked. As my granddad used to say, the toothpaste is out of the tube, we can't go back. I mean, it's insanity. I've made a new rule that when I go play golf, I don't take my cell phone with me. And sure enough, I'll get home and Gail will go, I tried calling you. I go, did you hear it ringing in the house? That would be, I'm not here. I don't know what the addiction is. I hate knowing that. And we all are. Have you ever lost your cell phone? Oh my God. It's like a family member passed away. People bring over casseroles. They're so sorry. Or maybe you should wait a little bit before you get a new one. Yeah, just deal with this one first. It's insane what we do. Have you ever done this? This one I knew you're sitting in your favorite chair. Cell phone sitting right there. It don't ring, buzz, chirp, nothing. And you catch yourself doing this? What are we looking for? We'd have heard it ring. I'd be willing to bet you a significant amount of cash that before cell phones, not once did you ever walk over to the wall phone and go, yep, still got a dial tone, we're good. They've got us, man. And I know where my hatred of cell phones comes from. I know there's two incidents. One, a buddy of mine got into my phone. I don't know how he did that, but he got in my phone and he changed my autocorrect. So every time I would type the letter I, it came up Big Billy. So if I text you and said, hey, can I stop by your house later? It came out, hey, can Big Billy stop by your house later? And then you'd read it and go, what a jackass. Who calls himself Big Billy? And then I'd see it and text you back and go, look, I don't really call myself Big Billy. But then that came out, look, Big Billy really didn't call himself Big Billy. I couldn't get it off my phone. I had to go to a phone store and have a 17-year-old kid fix my phone. Well, while he's fixing my phone, I'm telling him the story. And he goes, well, I can help you get back at your buddy. I said, I'm all ears. He said, can you get in his phone? I said, oh, yeah. I said, everybody gets in his phone. He's an idiot. He tells everybody his code. And I'll tell y'all, it's 2337. Well, if you look at it, it spells out beer. He's so proud of that. Now, don't think for 1 second there's not somebody in this theater going, you know what, that's not too damn bad, actually. But I learned a lot. I learned that she's addicted to Bed Bath & Beyond. And I think they ought to call it Bed Bath & Beyond your budget. She just buys crap. One day she came in and she goes, we need to go to Bed Bath & Beyond. I said, for what? And she goes, I need to get clothes hangers. I said, don't we get them free from the cleaners? She goes, no, I need these special kind, and you ladies will know what I'm talking about. She said, I need the kind with the velvet on them. I said, for what? She goes, so it keeps my dress from falling off. I go, that's been our problem for 40 years. My other favorite was, she goes, we need to go to Bed Bath & Beyond. I go, now for what? And she goes, she said, I need to get guest towels. I go, for what? She goes, so when people stay with us, Bill, they have towels they can use. I said, well, here's a thought. We have a washer and dryer. And those folks don't live with us, so they don't know that our regular towels ain't our guest towels. And if they bitch about it, screw them, they can go stay at the Hilton. I said, you're just buying crap. She goes, well, you buy crap at Bass Pro Shop. I said, no, ma'am. I buy essential items at Bass Pro Shop. She goes, like what? And I said, like, I need a cooler that knows whether to keep my beer cold or my coffee hot. That's essential. She goes, you're an idiot. I go, I'll be an idiot with a cold beer. That's what I'll be. But it's just weird to see how she was acting during COVID. And I swear, if I didn't know better, I think she was pregnant. Because she was nesting, I swear. I would get a cup of coffee, take 2 sips of it, set it down on the stool, and walk 3 steps away, and she goes, are you done with that? Well, there's 3/4 of it left. There's still steam coming off it, so I'm going to go, no, Alex? She goes, well, you know where to put it when it's done. I go, right, we throw it out in the street. She goes, no, you put it in the dishwasher, and put it in the dishwasher right. I go, what do you mean right? She goes, I didn't know this, Dels. Did you know this? That there is a wrong way and a right way to load a dishwasher. See? I didn't know that. One night we had dinner, and we finished dinner, and I took my plate and my silverware, and I walked to the dishwasher, put them in there, shut the dishwasher. Here comes Gail right behind me. Opens up, starts rearranging. I said, what are you doing? She goes, you put them in there wrong. I said, what are you talking about? She goes, Bill, you can't put bowl, plate, cup, bowl, plate, cup, bowl, plate. I go, why not? She goes, they won't get clean. I said, have you ever actually been inside a dishwasher? Here's something else I didn't know, gang. Did you know that women can have a bad day and blame the whole day on their hair? I didn't know that. One day during COVID, Gail was in a pissy mood. God, she was in a pissy mood. And I said, what's wrong with you, honey? She goes, oh, the girl that cut my hair did it all wrong. I can't get it right, and it just ruined the whole damn day. I was like, wow. Fella couldn't get away with that. Fella couldn't have a bad wiener day. What? We do. Some days it looks good, doesn't it, boys? That's right. You want to slap a leash on it and walk it around the block. Then other days, maybe it was cold. You slept on it wrong. Man, couldn't blame a whole damn day on it, though. It's like, Jimmy, what's wrong with you? I'm having a bad wiener day. What happened? I took a shower, fell asleep on the couch. It was still wet. I can't do nothing with it. To the point that you had to wait like 3 months to get a reservation. And Gail had been hammering me about going to this Mexican food restaurant. And so I thought, I'm going to surprise her. So I got us reservations on our anniversary. Well, sure enough, the week of our anniversary, her sister's daughter has a baby. And she said, I want to go home and see the baby. We'll just celebrate our anniversary when I get back. I'm like, yeah, but okay. So I drop her off at the airport, and I'm driving home, and I thought to myself, well, you know what? I don't want to wait another 3 months to go to this damn Mexican food restaurant. So I called my buddy Jerry, and I said, hey, Jerry, you want to go to that new restaurant? And he goes, yeah. And I said, well, I got reservations. Let's do it. We go. We had the time of our lives. We drank great Mexican beers, ate wonderful Mexican food, and just cut up like we was back in college. Well, dinner was kind of winding down, and I look up, and I see the manager and a string of waiters walking towards our table. And I'm like, Oh, no, no, no. When I made the reservation, the young lady said, "Is this a special occasion?" And I said, "Yes, ma'am, it's my wedding anniversary." And she said, "Well, for $75, we'll create a special dessert for you and your wife. The mariachi band will sing y'all a Spanish love song." And I remember thinking, Bill Engvall will love that. Well, I'd forgotten that little tidbit. Apparently, these folks write stuff down because the train is coming. And my buddy Jerry's got his back to him, so he can't see what's coming. And I'm like, oh, man. They surround our table, and my friend's like, what the hell? The manager somehow produces a gong out of his jacket and goes, whang, and turns to the entire restaurant and goes, "Ladies and gentlemen, would you please join me in wishing the Engvalls a very happy wedding anniversary?" And my friend Jerry's like, "What the hell, dude?" They light the candle, it explodes, confetti goes everywhere, the mariachi band's singing away. And this is in Los Angeles, where two men openly confessing their love is appreciated and celebrated. The entire restaurant gave us a standing ovation. The good news is the dessert was amazing. The bad news is Jerry broke up with me. He won't walk across the street with me anymore. I'm going to tell you something about that woman. She is without a doubt the most patient woman on the planet because she's married to me. And that ain't easy. I'm sure when I'm on the road, she drinks heavily. He's gone. But she pulls me out of so many situations. One Sunday we were in church, and I had noticed over the last few weeks that our pastor was losing weight, and he looked great. So service is over, and we're walking out through the center aisle, and we get up to the pastor, and I said, "Reverend, I got to say something." I said, "I know you've been losing weight over the last few weeks, and you look amazing." He goes, "Oh, wow." He goes, "Thanks for noticing, Bill. I really appreciate that." I go, "What are you doing, dude? Are you lifting weights? You dieting? What's up?" He goes, "Actually, you know what, Bill? All I do is I go to the gym, and I swim laps for an hour every day." And I go, "That's it?" He goes, "That's all I'm doing." I said, "Well, keep it up, man. It's working. That's great." Yeah, funny story about that. My granddaddy was a lap swimmer. He goes, "Was he really?" I said, "Oh, yeah." He used to go, yeah, because this was before all the fancy gyms. He'd just go over to the YMCA and swim laps in their pool for an hour. I even remember being a little boy, going to visit Grandma and Grandpa, and I'd put on my swim trunks, and I'd walk across the street with him to the Y, and I'd sit on the edge of the pool while he swam laps for an hour. I said, but all he knew how to do was doggy style. He'd just do doggy style up and down the pool for an hour. And I remember even being a little boy thinking to myself, wow, if I did doggy style for 10 minutes, I'd be worn out. And the pastor looked at me and went, "Oh," and walked off. I looked at Gail, I said, "What's his problem?" She goes, "It's doggy paddle, Bill." Tomato, tomato, whatever. It's like one night, she went out with her girlfriends to one of these lady parties, you know, where they sell like lingerie and stuff. Well, by the time she got home, I was in bed watching a football game. She walked in the bedroom. I said, "Hey," I said, "how was the party?" She goes, "It was great." She goes, "Me and my friends had a blast." I go, "Well, good. I'm glad you went." She goes, "I bet you will be." I said, "What are you talking about?" She goes, "I bought you a little something." I said, "Did you really?" And she threw on the bed this little pair of baby blue silk skimpy boxer shorts with a red rose right there. And I said, "Have you lost your mind?" She said, "Fine, sorry, I thought about you," and walked out of the room. I'm like, "Oh, way to go, Bill. All I had to do was say thank you, put them up in the closet, nobody ever sees them again." But I tried to be Mr. Funny Man, and I hurt her feelings, and I felt bad. I put them on. Kind of sashayed into the kitchen, said, "Well, what do you think?" She goes, "Good God." I said, "Hey, you bought them." She goes, "Yeah, for me to